Hello everyone, this is Chris and welcome back to another Seed Showcase. Now we all know Bedrock Edition is a game which is filled with so many different types of bugs, some of which are so bad and so hard to deal with that it makes the game almost unplayable. However, there are a few specific circumstances where the bugs in the game are so different and out there which actually benefits you. And that's what this seed is, because this seed actually has a place which breaks through Bedrock. Yes, it breaks through the world right into the void. And it also has a few other types of things such as villages, spawners, pillager outposts, and rare types of biomes inside this one seed. So if you want to experience this very rare type of seed, then type in this batch of numbers right here, and you will spawn in right here, right in the middle of this one forest, and in pretty much every single direction, you will just see trees, trees, and trees. But if you head your way over this way, then you'll eventually come across a plains biome. Now, this plains biome is not the biggest one, if I'm honest, but it is actually a relatively long type of plains biome. And if you head to the very opposite end of this plains biome, then you'll eventually come across this village, which coincides with a forest biome, a plains biome, and a mountain biome. Unfortunately, there's no specific villagers for forests or for extreme hills, but still, this is a good place to first head your way over to, despite the lack of animals inside pens. But you still get the benefit of a village with all the free crops you could start off with the iron golem you could kill, and with the villagers which you could trade with. On the opposite side of the extreme hills, there's nothing really to head to, at least at first glance. But if you head your way down underneath the ground, then what you will eventually come across, you probably have an idea as to what I'm heading down to, but you'll eventually find yourself a skeleton spawner, one of the rarest types of spawners with some of the rarest types of drops. But one type of mob spawner isn't exactly too exciting, if I'm honest, but if you head your way just a little bit this way, and you dig down at these coordinates right here, then you will also come across a zombie spawner with obviously the loot and things you could find, but the fact that you could have two mob spawners right here, right on the edge of this extreme hills, means that you have the chance of actually making a double mob spawner farm. Unfortunately, because it is on an edge of the extreme hills, you might have some digging to do, but in the whole, at the end of the day, it's still a really nice and handy thing to have right at these coordinates here. I also found a couple other mob spawners in relatively the same area, but not close enough to make any other types of mob spawner farms, but still, I think it's noteworthy to show you off them. First off with this second zombie spawner, which is a little bit small, but in the end, you don't actually have to dig down too far or head too far, because you could either go down that way, or you could just head down the normal cave way down here. And if you want a mob spawner that's not necessarily inside of a cave, then what I recommend you do is you head over to these coordinates right here, because you find yourself another zombie spawner. And this one is only 2 blocks underneath the surface. So in case you do want to make yourself a mob grinder or a mob farm with a mob spawner, but you don't want to have the hassle of digging out a whole bunch of land, then this is definitely totally the mob spawner for you. Going a little bit deeper inside this one forest, we will eventually come across a ruined portal sitting right here. And this one is kind of interesting because it's essentially a landmark saying that, yes, there is actually a cave system sitting right here. And I say this all the time, but let's use this ruined portal and see what's on the other side. Because, you know, having ruined portals, they can cut out so much work for having you to go right inside the nether, having you to gather up all the obsidian yourself, because most of it is already built, and granted, you do have to destroy a few bits of crying obsidian here and there, but in the end, it's pretty much worth it. And if you do use that ruined portal, then you'll eventually spawn inside of this nice little safe cubbyhole, which will protect you from the piglins, the gas, and other things like that. And also, you're actually not too incredibly far from finding yourself some of the nether biomes right here. Heading back into the overworld, it's now finally time to show off this undescribably rare type of thing which happens inside of Bedrock Edition seeds. Because if you head your way over to these coordinates right here, you'll eventually come across this one ravine. And if we jump down into the ravine, you might notice that there's nothing too special about it. There's no mob spawners. There's some broken lava right here. But yeah, there's no mob spawners, there's no diamonds, there's no rare ores of that nature. There's nothing we could see visibly inside of the ravine. But if we go down a little bit deeper below the lava, you might actually not be able to see this, so let's actually drink ourselves a fire resistance potion so I could actually show you what I'm talking about. If we head ourselves down to the bedrock layer, you might notice that there's some magma just sitting right here. And unless if I've missed something inside some of the recent updates, I don't think that's supposed to happen. But if we look ourselves a little bit deeper below the magma, we might see why that spawned in. And that is because a rune portal has spawned in low enough, which breaks a hole through the bedrock, giving the player a legitimate access to the void. And after counting up the amount of cobblestone and lava pockets right here, this particular rune portal which spawned down here gives you 9 blocks of access to the void. And yeah, rune portals, they basically can spawn in as low and as high as they, I guess, want to, which is I believe, exclusive feature to Bedrock Edition. So, yeah, having an exclusive type of a spawning chance for the rune portals, which gives us a legitimate and non-glitch way to actually access the void. This doesn't require any signs or anything like that. This just spawns in the world and gives you access to the void itself. Granted, you do have to clear out a little bit of lava and stuff to actually get access to the void, but that's just a small price to pay for getting access to one of the rarest types of rune portal spawning places we have ever seen inside a Bedrock Edition. And I could talk about that rune portal spawning place all day, but we unfortunately need to move on to some less cool, but still pretty cool types of things inside this one seed, such as this village which spawns inside of a taiga biome, which gives you access to 2 types of villages right here. And also on the opposite side of this one village, you actually also get some icebergs which surround some mountains, which gives this some ominous and beautiful types of spawning spaces around here. Heading your way in the opposite direction of the village, you will eventually come across something in the distance. Can't remember. There it is. The Pillager Outpost, which honestly is only about 50 or 100 blocks away from that one village. So, in case you want to start a raid, or you actually want to start a pillager farm or something like that, then this is definitely the place inside this one seed to head to. Heading off from the Pillager Outpost, you'll eventually come across a Mega Taiga Biome. Now, Mega Taiga Biomes, they are a perfect place to get yourself so much wood with these Mega Spruce trees, and to get yourself lots of podzol if you don't want to farm it yourself. And this one has the benefit of not being too incredibly big, but being big enough to still calling it a pretty rare and unique type of biome. So even though the seed is really, really great, it's unfortunately not perfect, because if you head yourself all the way out here over to this one village, which even has a blacksmith right there, yeah, if you head yourself all the way out here and dig yourself down, you will eventually come across the closest stronghold inside the world. And this particular stronghold has the unfortunate side effect of not spawning in the one important room that the strongholds need to have, the end portal room. Because if we look ourselves around, dig ourselves through some walls, we're seeing just stone, and maybe we could find it down here, but it's not happening. This one has the unfortunate side effect of not spawning in the end portal room, and I really hope they fix this bug at some point. I really hope they look into it and actually finally fix these close strongholds spawning in with the end portal room. I guess that's why we have more than one type of stronghold that spawns in the world for these types of situations, at least. But at the end of the day, this one seed was to show off this particular type of rare nether portal spawning, which we have only seen in a very certain amount of seeds. And now that I've found one, that gets me wondering, what other types of rare, crazy types of spawning with structures could we necessarily find in the future? If you do find one, please do let me know down below in the comments, because I would love to find more of these strange yet amazing types of seeds. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much all I have for you, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.